If you've ever played a shooter in VR, I'm sure you are aware that shooting guns that require the use of two hands can be a little awkward. When you don't have an actual physical object to grasp with both hands, it's easy to get your hands out of alignment, making aiming your gun more difficult, and at the same time, the fact that your hands aren't connected to the gun creates a real disconnect from what you feel with your hands to what you're seeing with your eyes. The thing I love about VR is how it immerses you in the game and transports you to another world. Which is why this two-handed gun disconnect thing bothers me. It pulls me out of the game a little bit and makes wielding rifles and SMGs and stuff feel a little bit janky. Thankfully, there are other folks out there that feel the same way that I do about all this and have come up with some great solutions for this problem. The first VR Gunstock I saw was the Pro Tube, but I'm not a fan of how the controllers mount to the top of the tube, as that just doesn't seem at all like a real gun to me. There are some others I looked at that have the controllers mount underneath, more like a real gun, but it wasn't until I saw the Kobra Gunstock that I was ready to make a purchase. This is the Kobra Elite. It's the latest iteration of a gunstock created by a guy who goes by the moniker Falandorn. Now, before I go any further, you should know that this is not a mass-produced product. Each Kobra gunstock is made by hand, by Falandorn, so you will find some cosmetic imperfections due to this. Functionally, though, this thing is awesome. It provides that missing piece of immersion I felt when I was just pretending to hold a gun. Having an actual physical object in your hands, connecting them to what you see in game, really takes the experience to the next level. And I feel makes aiming and stuff a lot easier. Thanks to the way Falandorn has designed the stock, it tracks great in game and is super easy to use. Like any kind of video game controller though, you do have to use it for a bit and learn how it works to get proficient with it. Clipping the rear controller in and out takes a little getting used to, and even grabbing the front grip takes some practice. Most of the difficulties I've had though is probably more due to me being a total noob to both Pavlov and Onward than anything to do with the Kobra. I'm still getting used to what buttons I need to press to eject or unlock the magazine to be able to reload a gun, as well as how to properly place additional magazines into my ammo bags and pull out and holster my sidearm, among other things. One of the really cool features about the Kobra Elite is its ability to be adjusted to simulate most any gun. The shoulder stock is adjustable to 3 different lengths, which allows you to set it to accurately simulate pretty much any gun in any game. The front stock is also adjustable. You just pull it out to the length you need for whatever gun you're using in game. When the front stock is fully collapsed, it's the perfect length for most all your submachine guns as well as some of your assault rifles. For some of the longer assault rifles, shotguns, and sniper rifles, you'll want to extend the front stock out to get the best hand placement though. This brings me to the main feature that helped me decide to purchase the Kobra over all the other options out there. This front grip cup. All the other gun stocks out there use some kind of magnetic attachment mechanism for both the front and rear grips, which takes some getting used to, and let's be honest, it's not exactly realistic. This front grip cup allows you to simply bring your hand up to the front stock of a gun like you would in real life, and the cup presses the grip button on the controller for you, giving you a much more natural and realistic interaction. This also makes it super simple to disconnect your front hand from the weapon so you can reload, use grenades, or do other things like using your radio to talk with other players on your team, or look at your tablet in Onward. The rear grip uses a magnetic mount to attach it to the stock. When using bolt-action rifles or switching to your sidearm, you need to be able to disconnect your controller from the stock, and the magnetic mount makes this possible. You can do this by either pulling the controller toward you or pushing it away from you like this. Installing the mount onto your controller is pretty simple. You place it in the ring like this and use the included zip ties to secure it in place. These zip ties are releasable, so you don't have to leave this plate installed on your controller all the time, although you could just leave it on if you wanted to. One of the features on the Elite that's different from previous versions of the Kobra is how the adjustable cheek rest works. On older versions, it used Velcro to position it where it was comfortable for you, but this version features a knob, making adjusting the cheek rest a simple task of loosening the knob, moving the cheek rest to your desired position, and then tightening it back down again. Another feature he doesn't exactly advertise, but I saw on another YouTube channel and really wanted when I saw it, is this slide mechanism to simulate the pump action of a shotgun. After ordering my stock, Falandorn messaged me on eBay asking if I was right or left-handed, and also what color I preferred. Yes, if you're left-handed, you can get this in a left-handed setup, and there's also a nice assortment of colors for you to choose from. When I responded to him to tell him I'm right-handed, I asked him about this pump shotgun feature, and he was totally cool with including it at no additional charge. This bungee cord here I rigged up myself to give it a more realistic action, and although I don't use shotguns in games all that often, having this option available to me when I do makes it very satisfying. Falandorn sells these gun stocks on eBay for just shy of 100 Great British pounds, including shipping, which is around 130 US dollars. And speaking of shipping, it took Falandorn about a week to build my gun stock from the time I ordered it, and then shipped it from the UK where he lives to me here in Washington State in the US in only 5 days. For something shipping internationally like this, I was very surprised at how quickly it arrived. In the package was the Kobra Elite, a shoulder sling, the magnetic mount for the rear controller, 2 releasable zip ties, this small Allen key for tightening any of the screws that may wiggle loose over time, and finally these Velcro straps, which Falandorn has a YouTube video showing how to use along with the wrist straps of the Quest 2 to create your own knuckle-style grips. I didn't end up using these though because I already have a nice set of Kiwi design knuckle grips. Link in the video description. Also linked in the video description is Falandorn's eBay listing where you can check out the Kobra Elite and its nice assortment of colors he's currently got going on. No, I am not affiliated with Falandorn or eBay or anything like that. In fact, he has no idea I'm even making this video. I just really like this gun stock, and I want to share it with all of you that are out there looking for a good solution for the, the gun problem for VR. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you in the next one.